We're live on social, about to go live on to the world in the Zoom room.
All right. Welcome to Dr. Reese Live. I am your host, Uncle Joe, and I am joined here by Coach Levi, Coach Sean, and of course, the world's only head to toe healer, the inimitable Dr. Kevin W. Reese. How
Can't
are
even
you tonight, Dr. Reese?
I can't even say that word, man. Inimitable?
Inimitable. It means,
Inimitable.
okay, sure. Means unimitatable.
Okay. Appreciate that. Yeah, so the books are out, the trilogy is out. For everyone out there that needs the trilogy, go get it, man. Put a lot of work into this. So
Yeah, no, I agree. It's available on Amazon. You got the three books, Peace Over Pain, the OG beginning.
yeah.
Then we got Reverse the Cause that can help you find out what your root causes are and the root causes of your friends, you
Yeah.
know? And of course, the recipe book, which you have right there in your lap.
Yeah.
Dinner with Dr. Reed. That's a big one too.
I want to shout out our friend Brittany, who interviews
Okay.
me all the time. She says it's creepy.
Well, you might want to smile.
I'm
That's the
like,
only comment
I'm like, it's a cartoon. How can a cartoon be creepy? People
I know.
call me
I've seen
creepy.
some creepy cartoons.
People call me creepy anyway. I said we might as well go with it.
Call you fake doctor and that
Yeah,
kind of
fake
stuff.
doctor, creepy.
Well, I've been called worse myself. Uh, but anyway, so I was watching the Rumble video today. Speaking of doctors, calling you creepy, and it was about cholesterol this week. So you're going at it hard again. And
Yeah.
basically, the caption was cholesterol is good for you. And I just found that clip in the beginning funny with that medical monopoly nurse or doctor, whatever the heck she was. Who knows? She could have just been, look, she could have just been putting out,
No,
I'm
she has been assaulting me for a while. She still does. And she's just one of those medical monopoly professionals that doesn't like me. And she just, every chance that she can, she drops a comment. So,
You know what I'm going to say to you? She looked ridiculous. She made herself look dumb by doing that with her facial expressions and stuff. I was laughing more at her
yeah.
than anything else.
I think there's an immaturity there with a lot of these medical monopoly.
Right.
It's like, they're trying to be class clowns or something. I'm just calm and cool trying to get my message across, and they're just like throwing tomatoes at me.
Right. I just think it's fun. It's funny, but you had a lot of good points to make. And I think that was probably what bothered them most is because they probably didn't understand what the heck you were talking about. But, the fact that cholesterol is really not a good marker for your heart, your cardiovascular health. It's very surface level. And that if you
Yeah.
really want to know,
Inflammation.
it's inflammation, CRP,
Inflammation.
homeostasis.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, medical monopoly doctors do not check your CRP unless you ask them.
Yeah.
And that should be a routine test,
Yeah.
and because as you and I both know, the high CRP, we both suffered from that. And we had and it was through a different type of doctor that we got the tests.
Mine wasn't as high as yours.
No, mine was very high. But again, if they didn't specifically ask for that test, I never would have known
I'll
because there
tell
were
you,
no outer symptoms.
I'll tell you though, Joe, I had a client not that long ago that double yours.
Really?
Yeah, around 25,
I was a 12.
right?
But again,
But they took his colon.
Oh, well, that was what they wanted. Well, they wanted to start those kind of, tests. And I was like, nope. And to tell you the truth, I got to tell you, and this may sound like a commercial, but after I started the 90, that was right about when I started the 90. And literally within 4 months, I was down to a 3.
Yep.
So that's all I'm going to say,
From a 12 to a 3.
Yes, from a 12 to a 3. And I got to say, just connect the dots. So anyway, so I think anybody, if you want to see this, check us out on rumble.com. Dr. Reese, great video up there. All the videos Dr. Reese puts up one every Thursday. Very informative, always on a different topic, always poking the bear, which I really like. So please, if you want to check it out, go to rumble.com/Dr. Reese, or if you're on YouTube, it is on our YouTube channel. But it's a great video to check out. Very informative about cholesterol. All
Yeah.
right.
And I
Yeah.
also want to say before we start, anyone on the social media network that begins with a I, the Zoom link is in the stories if you want to join us here.
Yes. We already have questions, but we got to get into the locales. I want to know where everybody is.
Where you
So
from?
please put your locations in the comments. Let us know where you're coming in from. We'd like to know where our audience is. Please, in the Zoom room, all my friends in the Zoom room, thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for joining us. Please put your locations in. Sedona, Arizona. I got Lisa from Sedona. Levi, Sean, where do you got people?
Minneapolis, Cincinnati, Maryland, uh, South Carolina, Canada, Daytona Beach,
All right.
Arizona.
I got
Wow.
Puerto Rico here.
Great.
Loris from last week. Oh, you made it down, Loris, huh? Great. All right.
Seaweed is from the Philippines, actually. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Nice. Levi, how about you?
We got a Michigan, Montreal, Canada,
Nice.
Carefree, Arizona, Central California, and New York.
New York.
Mexico.
I got Mexico in the chat room. Milagros, our good friend, joins us every week. How are you? Got Char. She comes every week. She's from Ohio. All right. Looks like we got the whole world tuning in to us tonight. Very, very cool. Just want to remind everybody, please, if you are joining us, please share the link, subscribe to all of our social media. We really appreciate your support, and we want to see you following us all around. And the last one is Marcy from Clovis, California. So, guys, do we have questions, or I can go to the Zoom room first? Why don't I do that? Let's start right off with the Zoom room. Anna, are you there? Anna, would you like to ask your question? Okay, I'm going to ask it for you. The question from Anna is, when you drink water and urinate shortly thereafter, is the water getting into the cells? So basically what she's saying, if it passes through real quick, are you still getting hydrated?
There's so many factors to that.
Mm.
I think that would be a longer conversation.
Yeah, and she didn't answer me. So, okay.
And
Maybe.
hydration's interesting. It's a very interesting topic because you could drink a lot of water and still be dehydrated.
Right.
A lot of that depends on inflammation,
Mhm.
how much inflammation you have in your body.
So what you're saying is inflammation prevents the water from absorbing into the cells?
Well, not necessarily, but the water is going to look for inflammation because it's one of the factors, you know,
Oh.
firemen showing up,
Oh yeah, put out the fire.
put it out the
Oh.
fire.
So okay. So it's going to be almost diverted to the inflammation and it wouldn't get into. Okay, I got you. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Could.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Inflammation prevents hydration. Okay. Coach Levi, do you have any questions?
Yeah, so someone's asking, they would, they're not asking, they would love to see a discussion on the parasite cleanse trend.
Okay. Well, parasites are a hot topic now, and it's more so driven by the plant-based movement. And like I talk about in my book, Reverse the Cause, if your stomach is pristine and it's doing what it's supposed to do with stomach acid, parasites are going to be eliminated anyway. They're not going to be able to live. So it really comes down to the level of stomach acid. And it's the same thing with candida. Same deal. People don't understand how important stomach acid is. It is a
Mm,
root cause. It's a root cause of dis-ease. And that's
right,
why we check it when we do discovery analysis and and I evaluate people's bodies.
right,
That's why we check it right from the front door.
right.
So the parasite thing is kind of a fad, and the fad doesn't seem to be over yet for some reason.
If someone had
And
parasites, would it be worth doing a parasite cleanse of sorts? Or would the body just get rid of it when you become healthy?
Yeah, the body will get rid of it on its own. You could do a cleanse, but the problem with parasites is people get paranoid. They start getting paranoid. It becomes an obsession. I've seen this so many times. And you pull one 12-incher out and now you want to go for more because you're like, oh my gosh, they're living in me, and it becomes this obsession. It's kind of like EMF is an
mm,
obsession too. Anyone ever seen Better Call Saul when the brother is all, going nuts off EMF? And he
oh,
actually he actually takes it as far to like burn down his own house because he's so paranoid. Human
oh,
beings can become obsessed about anything.
oh, yeah. Once it gets locked in, it becomes almost like a program, a virus program. It just keeps going. Because remember, our brain's a computer.
That's right.
Yeah. Bottom line. Yeah, I agree. And you've mentioned many times before when you do those heavy duty cleanses, you are also flushing nutrients right out of your body,
Right.
besides the parasites.
Right.
So you gotta be careful with all that kind of stuff. And I happen to think you're right. They're gonna naturally come out in your poop at
Yeah.
some point. You're not gonna see them, you're not gonna go digging through to find them, but you never know. They
No,
probably
there's
come out on
people
their
out there.
own.
There's people out there. They're addicted to detox, and I have colleagues that have passed away
Right. I know. We've talked about
overdosing
this.
on detox.
Yeah.
Overdosing on detox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful. Can't, and anything to an extreme is not good. Okay. Coach Sean, I haven't heard from you yet.
Yeah, so someone had a question basically saying, I messaged about your reel on FB about gallbladder and was wondering about the appendix removal. You asked me to come here, so I think they're asking what to do about an appendix removal.
Well, I'm wondering if they're thinking about getting it removed, or they already had it removed, or I don't know the context of the
Yeah,
question, but I can tell you that the appendix is, in the what I like to call the cul-de-sac of the intestines. And there's a little turn there in the intestines. And so if things aren't moving through properly and the food just gets stuck in that little cul-de-sac and it starts to inflame, well, the appendix is on the other side and the appendix will inflame, and that's called appendicitis. And then the medical monopoly will take it and they'll throw it on their fireplace wall It's a trophy. And they say that it's not needed, but that's not true. Appendix has a lot to do with your immune system. And, you know, so they just like taking things.
Well, they do that. They did like the gallbladder is another one of those,
Of course.
that they say is throwaway, right?
Yep.
But it's there. It wouldn't be there if it
I,
didn't have a purpose.
I'm telling you, man, if they weren't so protected with all this malpractice insurance and all this, there would be a lot of surgeons going to jail
Yeah,
because that gallbladder should not be taken out unless it's like absolutely at the
rotted, right,
right at the last straw. And even if it's at the last straw, you still have to say, okay, what caused it?
right.
And guess what? Whatever caused it is still there. So you could take it out all you want. The shark is still circling the boat. There's a shark circling the boat and it's gonna come get you.
Yeah, and probably worse.
It might be 5 years later, 10 years later, but it's coming
It
because the root
does.
cause is still there.
Trust me. Trust me. I know because I am a victim of that. And you know, they say it doesn't matter, but like you said, 5 years down the road, all of a sudden here comes diverticulosis, right? And then all
Yep.
kinds of other stuff. And it
Mhm.
just makes so much sense that especially like the appendix, obviously you're going to compromise your immune system if you're taking out a piece of it. Same thing with the gallbladder. You're going to compromise your digestive system by taking out a piece of it.
That's right.
And you're right, it's criminal. How could anybody think that's healing? It's
Uh,
I don't know.
I can understand some people because they're in pain and they're just like make it go away. But
But the fact that the whole medical monopoly institution is based upon that, it's just, I don't know. Anyway, okay. I don't want to get riled up. So, Coach Levi, what do you got?
Someone's asking, how do you fix the stomach acid levels?
you fix stomach acid levels by adding more salt and calcium to your routine. But the first thing you have to do is get rid of the poor four foods. That's very important. And then you can start drinking waffy. And I'm going to start making videos on waffy. And we're going to make waffy a worldwide phenomenon at some point. I'm drinking some waffy right now
Now, for those who don't know, Waffy is water, warm water,
with
and
salt
salt.
and lemon.
Okay. I'm gonna have to try that.
And you can do light or you can do heavy.
Heavy salt.
When you do heavy, you got some butter in there.
Oh, you put butter in there.
Yep, or some ghee.
Interesting. Well, guess what I'm gonna have for tomorrow morning? And now, do you
Mm.
recommend that at night or morning?
Morning, you can get rid of the coffee, get rid of the zombie juice, and start having waffy.
Okay. And I understand what that does. That increases the salt levels in your stomach and
Yep, increases circulation. And then if you do heavy and you got some ghee in there,
it'll
then
cleanse.
you're gonna get essential fatty acids and some healthy fat.
Right. Okay. All right. So, all right. I'm going to have to try that. So, Waffy, everybody. That's going to be the new thing. We're going to create a new trend, even bottle it. All right. So,
But that's what Coach Sean was saying. He's like, you got to get a little packet
right.
and sell the packets, and then you take the packet and you put it in the water, and now it's waffy.
There you go.
I made
You
some
could
pumpkin
do
spice
that.
waffy.
Crystallized lemon, right? With the salt. Why
Yeah,
not? And the
yeah,
butter powder. Yeah, why
yeah,
not?
yeah.
All
Butter
right.
powder.
I'm ready to go. Let's do it. All right. Hey, Milagros in the Zoom room, are you willing to come on?
Milagros from Mexico.
From Mexico. Yes. All right. Come on, Milagros, and ask your question. Are you there? Are you there, Milagros? Please unmute.
Just trying to unmute.
Okay. Hi, guys.
Hi.
When I'm in static position, I love that position. When I'm in static position, I get electrical currents
Mm.
around my back, around my shoulder blades, and around my leg area.
Mm.
So I'm just wondering, why is that? Why does that happen? It doesn't happen every day because I do static back at least twice a day. But
Mm.
why does that even happen? It feels like something is just like an electrical cord is plugged into me and I'm wired up.
Yeah, that's compressed nerves. And so,
Compressed nerves?
yeah, compressed nerves. You got electricity running through your body at all times. You just don't feel it all the time, you know?
Interesting.
And
Okay.
when your posture is all, out of alignment and jacked up a little bit, you get some compressed nerves. And sometimes when we're in certain exercise positions, such as static back, it happens. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means you're crossing the bridge, perhaps. Sometimes we got to cross the bridge of pain to get to the peace on the other side.
But I have no pain.
Well, when I say pain, I just mean, weird stuff. Sometimes you got to just pass through the weird stuff.
Weird stuff. I guess that's the weird stuff. But it
I
feels
used to
pretty.
have it. My left hand used to shake, and then I'd be like, all right. And then I'd do like 3 exercises and it'd go away. So I just know that there's a compressed nerve and compress, uncompress, compress, uncompress, compress, uncompress. And it's just such a long process of, these muscles are strong and stubborn.
Should I limit the time that I do the static back
Yeah, 15 minutes max.
max?
Yeah, what are you doing? Like an hour?
Well,
You fall asleep there?
What are you doing?
I love it. It's so peaceful. So I do some meditation there and I did it for an hour once. I just meditating and just yeah.
Yeah,
But
no, static, that's a long time in static back. You see, we put clients on their back for that long when we have them in the tower. We have a little device called the tower,
okay.
but that's neither here or there. But yeah, we'll get them on the floor for a long time in the tower. And, a lot of people will start to cry and stuff, not from pain, but from just
Release, right?
release.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So I'll limit myself to 15 minutes. Thanks.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
Miller,
Bye-bye.
you hold on. You should try. Hmm.
Tell me, I'll try it.
I'll tell you next week.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna come back next week and you're
I'll
gonna
give you
tell.
something good next week. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
I know you'll be back. And no fan this time. No fan.
Okay. Yeah, it's because I'm in a different room. It's not as hot in here.
All right.
See ya. Bye.
Bye-bye. Nice. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Hey, and we've been talking about posture. Just, one thing I never realized was the importance of posture in recovery and healing. And when I was watching some of the discovery analysis, it was amazing to me how, out of line my posture was. And I think it's important that people, if they want to know what the root causes are of their dis-ease and how we can help, move along with that, I think it's very important that we talk about the discovery analysis. So, and the discovery analysis is a great way for you to find out what your root cause is. And a lot of that stems from posture. So Coach Levi, you want to tell us a little bit about the discovery analysis and how it works?
Yeah, so the discovery analysis is a postural and symptom test. So we have you fill out a form and we also have you take posture photos so that Dr. Reese can get down to your exact root causes by connecting the posture to all of your symptoms. And the symptoms tell him what your nutritional deficiencies are. So by using those two modes he's actually the only one that's able to get down to all of your root causes. It's not just one. We're
Right.
looking at all of them.
Yeah, and it's fascinating. We have a special presentation for people who are very interested in finding out about the discovery analysis and their root causes. And if you wanted to get an invite to that, please email us at peaceoverpainclinic@gmail.com. Levi, can you put that link in the comments? And
We want people to start emailing us, because when you email us, at least we know you're, a step ahead serious, if that makes any sense.
right.
Let's get
And we
get off
just
get off of the social media. I mean, social media is the surface level. And then if you're interested in getting a discovery analysis, which every human being really should have once in their life, then email us, peaceoverpainclinic@gmail.com, and we'll invite you to a free info session, and you'll learn and see if you want to do it or not.
right. It's free of charge. It doesn't take very long, and it's very, very informative. So yeah, please, that's important, especially with the new year coming up. We want to start off on the right foot.
It is a new year, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Hmm.
It is, but we're not going to do all that new year, new you stuff.
I was so disappointed that on New Year's night, I was woken up at midnight by the fireworks. A
Oh,
neighbor was popping off fireworks, and I'm like, what is going on here? And then it's New Year's.
yeah.
I've been tired since. That was a few days ago, man. It's messing up my sleep.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
Well, I was awake.
Yeah.
I was
You're a
awake.
party animal in your old age, huh?
Oh, well, no, I probably went to bed about 10 minutes after that, but
Yeah.
I haven't experienced a New Year's moment in so long that I forgot it even exists.
right. Well, it's really just another
Happy
day.
New Year. Yay. Toast, kiss. It's
Years.
very deep in the memory bank, but
Yeah. Well, yeah, and it's not worth being out for sure, because there's a lot of crazy people out there.
too many drunk drivers out there, man.
Yeah, very true. Very, very true. So, all right. Let's get back to the questions, Coach Sean.
Yeah, I have two questions. The first question is your opinion on root canal. Is it bad for you? My 23-year-old son has deep cavities and was told he needs a root canal.
If I were you, I would stay away from a root canal as far as you can. It's kind of like the gallbladder situation, right? Like, you don't want to rush into that. I would do everything in my ability to build that tooth back and do what you can. I have a whole chapter on the teeth and the gums in my new book, Reverse the Cause.
Okay.
You gotta be careful. Like, there's horror stories out there about root canals. Horror stories.
And we've talked about the teeth before, how the dental industry is really just another branch of the medical monopoly.
They
So
don't have
they're not going to give you a root cause. They're not going to tell you why your root canal needs to be done. They're not going to tell you how to prevent it from happening again. They're just going to give you a root canal and wait till the next one, basically. So, um, that's all, they're just another branch off the same rotten tree. Okay.
That's
One
good. Never
more.
heard that one before. One more.
Yeah, sure. One more time, Sean.
Not sure where to start. I just need your help. Gallbladder removed and have been a mess from Naples, Florida. Overweight, entire body hurts, no energy, on and on. For some reason, my red blood cells were mass producing in my bone marrow, but could not find cancer in my blood.
So this person is not healthy from head to toe.
No.
It needs to be a whole lifestyle shift, this person needs to read my trilogy, Peace Over Pain, Reverse the Cause, and Dinner with Dr. Reese. Get the trilogy. Everything you need is in there. And then get yourself a discovery. We will find your root causes. This is how you start a healing journey. You can't move forward without those things. And I'm not trying to be the end all be all here, but I am the only head to toe healer in the world as far as we know. So this is, if you want a magic pill, there is none. You got to get healthy from head to toe, from brain to toe,
Brain to the
That's
bunions.
brain to the bunions.
brain to the bunions. Yeah, and that's good advice. You can find those books on Amazon.
Or peaceoverpain.com
.com. Right.
slash trilogy.
And that is a real good start, because you can do it on your own. It's self-study. And then when you're ready, you come in and do a discovery and we'll get you on your path.
Like I said earlier, even if you have your gallbladder out, the root causes are still there, man.
Right.
The shark is circling the boat.
Right.
The
There's a
shark,
reason.
the shark didn't stop circling the boat just because you clogged up a hole.
Yeah. And I learned that the hard way. Please contact us. Get the books. It can be helped. I'm a personal attestament to that. Okay, Coach Levi.
Yeah, someone is asking, can you overdo probiotics?
Question. Some people say, yeah. I mean, there's some heavy probiotics out there.
Mhm.
What are they in, like the quad billions or something,
Yeah.
Levi?
It
Like
costs
there's
a lot
like,
of money
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, there's some companies that have like trillions of cultures and
yeah.
maybe even hundreds of trillions. It's crazy.
We have probiotics in our main formula, which I'm holding in my hand here, but I don't think that it's a super duper duper amount. It's, just enough to make everything do what it's supposed to. And you do want some probiotics specifically for your large intestine. And guess what probiotics do? They balance out the bile. Talking about the gallbladder. So, yeah. The digestive system is very interesting.
I have a question about that. So there are probiotics, there are antibiotics, and what I take is biotics. What are the difference?
Well, biotics, isn't that a brand?
Killer biotics. Yeah. So
Yeah.
those are probiotics, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the one with some mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. But right, those are like to stimulate
You're, ta-
probiotic.
you're talking about the killer biotic?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. 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 I don't know if that's considered a probiotic.
I think it's like a prebiotic or it supports.
Yeah.
It helps you create your own probiotics, is what it does.
Mhm.
It's great for
Um,
cleaning up the gut.
yes, it is.
Like it cultivates the environment.
Yeah, so that's what I'm taking. Should I take probiotics with that?
Well, at some point you can switch back to that ultimate micro formula.
I prefer the killer biotics, but we don't need to go over my.
Really?
Yes, because it's a pill. I don't like making drinks, Kevin.
Um,
Anyway, we don't need to go over my treatment plan on the air. So, um, okay, Coach Levi, do you have anything down there?
Yeah, so someone is wants us to talk a little bit more about the people who overdose on detox. Like, how is that possible?
oh, people become obsessed. They overdo it. I used to be in that movement. I used to detox clients. I know everything there is about detox. I still have old colleagues that are in that movement. They're still detoxing. They've been detoxing for 10 years. It's just a constant thing. It's almost like having bulimia or something like that. And yeah, I have colleagues who have died because the more you detox, the more you lose your nutrients.
Right.
And they refuse to understand that nutrition is the raw materials that makes the human body.
Right.
To them, it's all about cleaning the body.
And they don't even talk about the rest of it. No posture, no mindfulness, and the nutrition part. It's really just about cleaning.
Yeah,
And
they're
I,
just trying to clean
yeah,
constantly. Move the lymph, open the kidneys, pee it out. Move the lymph, open the kidneys, pee it out. And if you got crazy symptoms and you don't know what to do and you feel like you hit a roadblock, their advice is keep digging.
right,
Keep going, keep digging.
right.
And it's
And you,
been there, done that.
yeah, you got to think if a rash is coming up and you're starting to have these physical symptoms that, hey, maybe this isn't right, but you're like you said, keep going, keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Kevin. You made a really good connection there with bulimia or anorexia. It is a very similar thing because that's all about cleansing too.
And I used to do it. I've done a
I know
hundred.
you did.
I've done 100 days with no food.
I remember.
I've been there, man. I've been there. I lived off juice for six,
Yes,
six
you're
months.
speaking from experience. There's a reason you stopped.
I was the dude that went to the family barbecue with a watermelon,
Right,
cut it in half, and I used it as a bowl, and I would just eat watermelon. Watermelon's very powerful.
right,
It will cleanse you quick. And I've done, 7 days on melon. I've done 10 days on grapes. I've done 7 days on water. I've done 7 days on water, man. You
right. I
get
remember, Kevin.
you get so spaced out, you start seeing birds blink.
Right,
It, everything, it's great for discipline, but is it good for the body from a long-term perspective? No, I mean, you're designed to eat.
right,
Just don't eat the poor four foods, man. It's that simple. Just don't eat the poor four foods.
right. Just think of how our ancestors ate. They were not eating Pop-Tarts.
And you can fast every day. You can fast every day. I don't eat until noon.
Me neither. Right. So there is fasting, but it's intermittent fasting. You don't have
Yeah.
to go to the extremes.
And I don't even, I mean, it's technically fasting, Joe, but at the same time, like I tell people, if you eat 3 square meals a day, you're fasting,
Mm.
right? Because there's going to be a long period from that third meal to that first meal the next day,
Mm. Oh,
right?
yeah, that's true. You're slap fasting. That's true.
Yeah, even if you stop eating at 6 p.m. and you don't have breakfast the next day till 9:30 a.m., that's a nice fast.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
All we're doing is eating to fast.
Yeah.
That's the nature of how the body works. You eat, you get the fuel, and then you don't eat anymore. That's how it works. It's like, all right, you're fueled up.
That's
You're
true.
done. You're done now. And you shouldn't need to eat for another 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours, maybe.
Right. There's no need to be eating constantly.
No, and that's why fat is great because fat
Yeah.
satiates you for longer. And you can live off of fat. They call it keto now, but this is just,
They always have a name for everything, right?
everything. They got a name for everything.
All right. All right. Well, thank you for everybody in the Zoom room who's been tuning in. Just want to remind people that we also have a Facebook group, the Peace Over Pain Clinic. If you want to join the community over there, there's a lot of great discussions going on. And this broadcast is also streamed live over there. Lori, would you like to come on air? I have a question here in the Zoom room. Lori, would you like to come on air? No. Oh, okay. Well, then I will ask her questions.
She came
Just
on
flat
last
out
week.
no. I know.
She came on last week.
I know. She wanted to know what causes anxiety and should we only be eating high quality organic meats?
Okay. So first the meat. No, you don't have to eat high quality organic meat. It would be good if you got the budget for it. Heck yeah. But I'm not going to tell people don't eat regular meat. You know, um, anxiety can come from 7 root causes. So
Right.
it's hard to pinpoint. That is a chapter in my book, Reverse the Cause. There's a whole chapter on anxiety. There's 7 root causes. So it could come from either one or a multiple root causes. Um, but I will say that most people who have anxiety have just lost control of their imagination and they're just in the future. They're living in the future and the future isn't bright for them. And so they get worried.
Yeah. A lot of people think anxiety comes from outside forces, all the bills and that. No, the anxiety comes from inside, all of it. That's it. And you can find the root cause and work with it. So, okay, Coach Sean.
Yep. Someone is asking, can I take my morning meds with Wafi?
Morning meds.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
boy, we are having a trend here now.
I would prefer no meds, but you should definitely have Wafi. I think Wafi could be a game changer. I will make some video. I should have put it in the Dinner with Dr. Reese book,
Yeah.
but maybe I just come out with a Wafi book.
Flavored waffles.
I mean, we need to change the game. You need to be able to walk into a cafe and the waiter or waitress needs to walk up to you and be like, "Hello, would you like some Wafi? What kind of Wafi would you like?"
Right.
We need
Well,
Wafi in our lives.
actually, Lori in the chat room gave a great suggestion. You could have Celtic salt waffy, Himalayan salt waffy. You could have
So
different
here's
varieties of waffy.
so here's what I recommend. I recommend Celtic sea salt for Wafi,
Mm.
but I recommend Redmond's real salt for food.
Oh,
And
okay.
both of these high quality salts are available on peaceoverpain.com. So you can get them there.
All right. Yes, I want to remind people that we do have a whole section on peaceoverpain.com of recommended products from Dr. Reese. It's peaceoverpain.com. And what's the page, Dr. Reese?
Essentials.
Essentials. Peaceoverpain.com/essentials. There's all kinds of great products that Dr. Reese recommends, and there are different varieties of salt. So yeah, that's a great idea. Different salt waffles. I think we got to follow up on that. So, Dr. Reese, yeah,
Hold
go
on.
ahead.
Hero Seaweed, who is a friend of the show here,
Mm-hmm.
just spelt it Wahfee.
Waffy. Huh.
I like that.
Okay. I like that. That's very good.
I was spelling it like coffee, but with a W.
I like the way he spells it. Gives it kind of a different
Wahfee.
flavor.
Waffy.
Waffy. I like
Go
that. And then
get your Waffy.
you can brand that too. All right. So, Dr. Reese, we've been asking you all the questions this week. Do you have any questions for our audience?
My question for the audience is, what's the error and reverse the cause.
What's the error?
Yeah, I made a mistake in that book. I just fixed it this week, but there's hundreds of people out there with the messed up version.
Really?
Yeah.
What is the error?
What
Well,
is the error? There is an error, not in the writing, but there is an error. This Joe, this might be a comeback next week, and let me know.
yeah, because the books are so new. I mean, I haven't even gotten through it yet.
There is an error.
And look at the size of that. I mean,
There is an error in this book. My new editor from Miami,
you mean your
Oh.
ex editor, your new.
my new editor from Miami pointed it out to me.
Do
And
you
I'm
want to
like,
tell us now, or are you gonna make us wait till we can
I was like,
find it?
oh man. So I fixed it. I fixed it. I called Amazon. I got it done. But there are
Okay.
hundreds of people out there with an
Oh,
error.
don't leave us in suspense. Show us what it is, Dr. Reese. Show us the error.
No, I think it would be cool if other people could find it.
All the people in the chat room are going now. Now, what does that mean? Now, is that the error,
No.
or they want you to tell us now? Okay, that's what they're saying.
It's so obvious too, but it's subtle. It's subtle. It's very subtle.
Okay,
It's
you're
very
gonna leave us
subtle.
in suspense. Look, they're all saying it. Tell us now. We want to know now. What are they saying in the comments?
Seaweed is on the hunt.
All right. I really want to know in the chat room here. In
Well,
this
I'll give you a hint.
tell us the page.
Has something to do with this page.
With the osteoporosis page. Okay. So next week, what's the number on that page?
I don't know.
No, you won't tell us. Okay. So look in the book. That's the page. Next week, you come.
But I
and
do. If you buy the book right now, the error will be fixed because they updated it this morning.
So you already have had to have the book. Okay.
Yep.
All right, good. That's a challenge for next week. If you know the answer, if you find it, bring it next week, and you'll be spotlighted on the show.
I love riddles and mysteries.
Okay, very, very good. People don't know you wrote a mystery novel, but we'll go
I
on.
did.
Yes, you did.
I did.
All
And I
right.
used to love those type of movies
Yeah. No, they're great.
just to try and figure it out.
All right, Coach Sean. What
Yep.
do we got?
What can be done about ear ringing, and why do you get ringing in the ears?
Well, it's typically called tinnitus, but you could just get some random ringing. It's usually postural, usually coming from the shoulders and the neck, the thoracic and the cervical. Could be a little nutritional too, but it's typically postural where, the fluid just isn't draining properly, and could also be a compressed nerve. But there's a chapter on tinnitus in the Reverse the Cause book if you want more info on that.
Or you could be picking up alien frequencies.
Or it could be parasites.
Well, I do find, I don't know if anybody else finds it during meditation sometimes. I can start hearing tones and vibrations in the air, but I think that might be something different.
Could be something different.
All right. Hey, Lori Sears just reminded me that on the 20th, Dr. Reese, you're having a party for the book. Speaking of the book, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'm opening up my doors, the headquarters. 120, January 20th at 4 p.m. Food on me. And it's going to be all pour for free, of course. And,
Right.
all you have to do is reserve your seat and come on by. I got room for about 100 people. So we have we got a big area. We got a big facility here.
Will you be having music and entertainment or anything?
Yeah, Bluetooth speaker and a playlist.
I'm gonna come on and do some stand up.
We were thinking about doing comedy shows. That's another
Oh, that's a
another
good idea. No, we
another
yeah,
day.
yeah,
But you know, I haven't had a party in a year.
right.
And we had to shut it down last year because I was getting threats. But I got a living trust now, so let's
Okay,
party.
you feel safer now. And don't forget the security team.
Security team.
We just put a link in the Zoom room for all of you if you would like to join us for the for to reserve your spot. And you can also check over peaceoverpain.com too. Okay. Levi, I haven't heard from you in a little bit.
Right. So we had someone asking, their asthma is out of control. What do you do? What do you do about that?
Well, there's a whole chapter on asthma in Reverse the Cause. So that will explain more than I can right now. But this is typically a nutritional deficiency. It's a very easy correction. Not to mention, you got to really look at your thoracic spine, make sure that it's not flexed forward because your thoracic spine, see it right here, is connected to your rib cage. See it right here? And your lungs are in the rib cage. So definitely could be postural. So yeah, I mean, it's typically an easy fix. You got to
Right.
get healthy head to toe.
Yeah, I know. I've looked through some of our testimonials, and there were people with asthma, and they're seeing great results by being on the.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, Coach Sean, what do we got?
I got another two. I'm gonna
All
make
right,
it quick.
all right,
First
go for
one,
it.
what is Irish sea moss good for?
Sea moss is good for getting extra minerals. It's a nice option. I don't think it's the top option. I think our supplement is better, but sea moss is a nice start. Certainly.
Yeah,
Because we need minerals. We're lacking minerals from the soil in the food. And so just some extra minerals can really change someone's life.
yeah. And sea moss has been around for years. I think we've talked about it before. The only thing is because it's natural, and a lot of times it comes in its natural form, the levels of nutrients aren't always the same from batch to batch. So
Yep.
you got to watch that.
Hi, Elise.
Hi, Elise. Okay. Dr. Reese, Lori wanted to know if you can suggest some postural exercises for asthma sufferers.
Overhead extension.
Overhead extension. Okay.
Mm.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. What's the second one, Sean?
Dr. Reese, what do you eat for breakfast? Just curious.
I don't eat breakfast. I don't eat my first meal until around noon. But it's typically 4 eggs and an avocado.
Okay. That's interesting. That's usually what I have too, eggs and avocado.
Or I'll have a gluten-free pizza with 4 eggs on top.
Ooh.
About 1,200 calories.
I like turkey burger with egg on top. Really good.
Yeah, that's good too.
That's really good. That's my go. Egg avocado turkey burger. That's my
Yeah.
go-to.
Yeah.
Really good lunch.
Yeah,
But
man.
if you really want to know some good meals, you can get the recipe book, Dinner with Dr. Reese, but that could be lunch.
In the back of the book, there are my simple man recipes because I'm really simple. I don't cook crazy like most of the recipes in here, but I know you want to, so I give you what you want.
But
But
there's man recipes.
in the back, there's simple man recipes. You throw the thing in the thing, you boil the thing. Then you put another thing in the thing and you boil the other thing.
And then you put them all together.
And then you put the third thing in the thing and then you boil the third thing. And then you got three things that are boiled with no free radical damage. And it goes down once you put the salt on. Dinner with Dr. Reese. That's where I'm at.
Anime, I like that kind of cooking.
And it's a great date. It's a great meal to make a woman on a date.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because
Or vice versa.
they're
Let's make that
expecting
clear.
something all fancy. And I'm just like, nope. Look, this is how it's done.
Me.
It's gonna take 15 minutes.
It's all about the seasonings. That's it.
It's all about
I
the salt,
agree.
man. It's just
Yeah.
that's it. You could put salt on leaves outside.
And
It'd
it
be
would
all
taste
right.
good. You're right. On tree bark.
Especially the salt that we give people.
That's right. That's right. Oh, Coach Levi, you're looking lonely there, hanging out. Got any questions?
Well, I promise I'm not lonely.
Oh,
Really?
okay. Go ahead. I'll leave it right there.
Or
Yeah.
someone's asking, our son is 30 years old and they came home from Christmas and he ended up with cold urticaria. He went back home and saw his VA doctor, and she said he definitely has it and prescribed a topical lotion, allergy pills. Do you know what the cause of that is?
I'd like to know the symptoms a little more.
Oh, I got it up here. So it's a skin reaction to cold that appears within minutes after cold exposure. Hives.
Oh, look.
Right. And some people say they're allergic to cold. Well, cold is alkaline, right? So that sounds like a almost like a detox because alkaline can detox you, right? Just like if you ate a bunch of grapes, you'd go into detox. Why? Because they're alkaline and juicy. So the cold is alkaline. That's why people get a cold. You don't really get a cold. You're just breaking up
Detox.
mucus from the alkaline, Alkalinity, man.
Oh,
So
and I know she didn't clarify this, but did he come from a warm climate into an extreme cold?
that'd be interesting. What
You
does she
know what I
mean by
mean?
VA? What does she mean by VA doctor?
He's a veteran. That's the veterans.
Ah,
Yeah,
they have
veteran
their own
hospital.
doctors?
Yeah, they have their own hospital and everything.
Hey, Levi, look. Garlic carrots.
Ah,
Levi
There we
loves
go.
Levi
that'll make
loves
a man.
carrots.
And I hope they're going to be at the party. Make some garlic carrots for the party. That'd be
I
great.
introduced Levi to carrots. He didn't know what a carrot was.
Oh my.
You made me a man ever since.
Hey, I'm going to leave that right where it is and let's
They,
move
they
on.
don't
I
eat
just want to remind people.
they don't eat carrots in Minnesota.
I guess not.
Oh, what are you talking about? We make a lot of stew up there.
Anyway, I just want to remind people, please subscribe to our new Rumble channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and share, spread our videos and everything around. We really want to get this word out and the message out that your body can heal itself and we can show you how to do it. So please help us do that. Okay, we have about a minute left. I got time for one more question. Coach Sean, I want you to give it to me.
Cool. So someone is asking, after the discovery, will I get suggestions on what supplements to take and what exercises to do?
Well, you will receive a 7-day mini course that will give you a little bit of direction. And that is meant to give you a taste of what the program would be like if you decide to enter the program.
And then once you do get a discovery, you also get invited to a special one-on-one open house with Dr. Reese to talk to him about the program, your symptoms, and what the next steps would be. So
Yeah.
It's a step-by-step process, you know?
It's a step-by-step process. We can't give the special sauce to everyone. Then the people that we're giving it to are gonna be like, "Why are you giving it out? What are you crazy?" We're you know,
Yeah.
it's unless we switch to a subscription model, but I don't like that.
Never know. But for now, this is how it is. You got to follow the steps. You got to get your discovery first. Maybe read the book first, get your discovery, and then get into the open house, take your mini course, and get into the open house with Dr. Reese and move forward. And it's a step-by-step process. But we'll
Yeah,
get you there.
you need the discovery analysis anyway.
Yeah, no matter what.
Everyone should have one to find out what the deal is with their body. It will amaze you. And we're going to give you a video that's yours forever. So you can, bring it to the family barbecue and say, hey, look at my knees. Look,
Well, that's it. You can
my
show other.
My pelvis is all messed up. I didn't even know.
Yes, you can keep that in your phone and send it to people or look at it when you need to look at it. I mean, I think it's a great resource to have, and you can spread the word.
If anyone wants a discovery, just email us, peaceoverpainclinic@gmail.com, and we'll send you in the right direction. You really should have one in your life.
Yeah, no, I agree. And with that, I think we're going to sign off for tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, all our guests on social media, all our guests in the Zoom room. We will be back next week. And any last words from you, Dr. Reese?
Buy the trilogy.
Okay.
I'm exhausted. Just buy the trilogy.
All right. Thank you, Sean. Thank you,
took a lot,
Levi. Thank you to all our guests. And we'll see you next week.